The Galactic Concord had always viewed humanity as a volatile species, barely worthy of their inclusion. Despite Earth's relative youth on the interstellar stage, the humans had fought for their place among the stars, carving out colonies with stubborn determination. But their unpredictable nature often kept the elder species wary, watching humanity as though they were a ticking bomb. For centuries, the Concord worked to pacify the humans. Trade agreements, cultural exchanges, and subtle restrictions on their technological growth all aimed to temper their fire. And while humans complied begrudgingly, their growing frustration was palpable. They endured insults masked as advice, dismissals of their capabilities, and condescension disguised as diplomacy. Humanity's patience, they said, was an anomaly, a rare exception to their nature. It was only a matter of time before their infamous temper boiled over. The breaking point came on the colony world of Paraxis-IV. The humans had established a settlement decades earlier, taming the harsh, volcanic terrain and building a thriving outpost. It was a testament to their resilience, a monument to their ingenuity. But when a coalition of rival species laid claim to the mineral-rich planet, the Concord did nothing. Let the humans abandon it, the Concord declared. They will adapt. They always do. They underestimated how deeply humanity valued its home, its people, and its sacrifices. The rival coalition sent troops to enforce their claim. They did not come as conquerors, but as scavengers, picking apart what humanity had built, scattering the settlers, and stripping the land of its resources. When the humans protested, the Concord dismissed their grievances, urging diplomacy while offering no aid. To the humans, it was the ultimate betrayal, a confirmation that they were seen not as equals, but as tools to be discarded when inconvenient. And so, the day came when humanity reached its breaking point. The first sign was the silence. Human ambassadors withdrew from Concord councils, their voices no longer filling the chambers with impassioned arguments. Trade routes that had once flowed freely with Terran goods slowed to a trickle. It was as though humanity had vanished, retreating into the shadows of their colonies. Then came the retaliation. The coalition forces occupying Paraxis-IV found themselves besieged by an unseen enemy. Supply lines were cut with surgical precision. Communications failed inexplicably. Troops vanished without a trace. When the humans finally struck, they did so with an intensity that left the galaxy reeling. They did not send an armada of gleaming warships. They sent scavenge freighters armed with jury-rigged weapons, manned by volunteers who fought not for glory, but for survival. They turned the very environment of Paraxis-IV against their enemies, unleashing floods of molten lava and ash storms. The coalition forces, accustomed to predictable battles and rigid tactics, crumbled under the weight of humanity's raw, unrelenting fury. The Concord watched in stunned silence. This was not the humanity they had sought to control. This was a force of nature, unleashed and unstoppable. When the dust settled, Paraxis-IV was unrecognizable. The humans had not only reclaimed their colony, but fortified it with defenses so formidable that no force would dare challenge them again. The coalition species that had once mocked humanity now whispered their name with fear. And the Concord, for all its wisdom, realized too late that they had lit the spark that ignited humanity's wrath. The lesson was clear. Humanity could endure much, but they were not infinite wells of patience. When pushed too far, they did not simply fight back. They redefined the rules of engagement. They reminded the galaxy that survival was not about diplomacy or tradition, but about willpower, grit, and the refusal to bow. In the years that followed, the Concord tread carefully around humanity. Their representatives no longer spoke with condescension, but with respect, acknowledging that the volatile species had earned its place among the stars. Humanity, for its part, rebuilt what had been lost and prepared for the next time the galaxy might test them. They knew it would come. It always did. But now, the galaxy knew what happened when humans reached their breaking point.